Hi, this is Kat the Christian Baker, and today I'm going to show you how to make a pizza. Well, not the dough. You get the dough from your freezer section. Sorry, I got kind of fruit flies around here. And you get the dough from your freezer section or your by your deli, and it should be in a cool area or a refrigerated area. So I have my dough here, and if you want, you can use all-purpose flour. I choose to let it sit for a good 5 to 10 minutes and self-rising flour, so it's going to get even more crispier and rise even more. So you're not going to see my face. Sorry, my hair is kind of a hot mess today. I've just decided to throw it up and whatever. And also, I know while I'm on a roll, I don't use cheese graters because I keep on buying them, and when I clean them, I let them sit and then they rust. And if that happens to you, then use the next best thing, and I have, and this is not a plug because I don't use this a lot, but I use the Magic Bullet, and I just grate my cheese in there, and it just gets to be crumbly. So after all that jibber jabber, I'm going to show you how to roll out the pizza. And you're not going to see my face anymore. You're going to see down here on the counter. If that's too much, I'll lift it up just a little bit more. Okay. Nope, that's wrong again. I have the wrong angles today for some reason. So here's the dough, and you turn it over, and you make sure if you feel anything sticky in your hands, you just have more flour. Add more flour. You have a good amount when you start, and you always use your rolling pin with the handles because that's how it works. And you start in the middle, just kind of like a pie crust, and you roll out. And you change the angles as you go. And you roll out, and you come back, and you roll out, and you just go from all sides. And obviously, you're going to make a circle. Or if you want to put it into a square 13 by 9 pie. A cake bin or 13 by 9. My words are kind of failing today. And usually it takes a lot longer than that, but if you let it sit out for 5 to 10 minutes, then it rolls out pretty easily. Which this is rolling out extremely easy. This is wheat. You can decide if you want the all-American kind of pie, which is, like a regular white pizza dough, with cheese and pepperoni and sausage, or you can do plain, or if you want a wheat, you can do chicken and broccoli. Oh, that's really good. So usually it takes me longer, like I say, and I'm kind of shocked and amazed today that it took literally like 20 seconds. But I have regular oil on this pan, as you can see, and you just take a paper towel or Ziploc bag or sandwich bag, and you run it around. You want to take your hand and do it, and you just wash off the oil. That's fine too. Okay. And then you take your pan and you set it right real close, but not in your flour of your pie crust. Allow me a second to just. Okay, slow down. Not running a race today. And you kind of take your dough like that, like I just did, and shake off the excess, but easily. Because if you do it too hard, then you're going to put a hole in your crust, and that's not a good thing. And you gently just take it around and put it around your pan, like so. And that was so quick and simple. And this is actually, the flour part is the part that I really don't like to do. Is the cleanup of the flour. So you can either take a bowl, or you can take a small garbage bin with a bag in it. And what I usually do, this is right here by my dishwasher. You take your washcloth or a towel, and you put your garbage right under here. And instead of scooping it off to the side, because sometimes if your sink is right next to it, it gets underneath the grouting of the sink. And it starts smelling, and you really don't want that. So you really just take everything. And if you see that you're throwing away a lot of flour, just start with a little bit and keep adding it until you get the right consistency. to make sure that you're, and that's a very easy cleanup. Let me move my pizza over. And then you just squeeze the excess water, because sometimes with flour you get like a hard spot. Oh, I didn't like that. That went on the floor. Like a goopy spot right there. But then after you do this and you wipe everything down, you can take a paper towel or a hand towel, whatever you prefer. I usually use hand towels because you just use it and wash it. Okay, that was very quick. See how quick it happens when you just, so quick and easy. I'm going to put this down, and usually if you have grated cheese, that works really well with this also. So this is over here. I'm trying to get it in the right spot. If you want, you can roll it out even more. And I like, and usually a lot of people do not do this, but I like to roll it over and have a little bit of crust there. I mean, this is just for me and a friend, so really don't need that. A lot of, there we go. See the parts that are sticking out kind of like this, and you stretch it just a teeny bit more, and you roll it back. There you go. If you don't want it, you can just leave it flat. Then you grab whatever kind of sauce you have. This is ragu that I use. Oh, sorry. And you just put, let's say about that much in the middle. You put it right there in the middle. Oh. Make sure that it's fresh. Smell it before you use it. And then you take one of your big serving spoons, and you, like from the middle, you go out. And you just spread it around. Now if you want to do like a Pizza Hut, what's it called? You put cheese in the crust, you go on and do that. If you have enough cheese, you can do that, you know, as well, whatever you want to do. Not in the, I mean, you know, when you're rolling up the crusts, if you choose to do that. And that is good. You don't want a lot because that's just I guess you could if you want to, but my preference is to not put a lot of sauce on there because I don't like it like that. It bakes better without a lot of sauce. And usually this is where I put the grated cheese. Actually, no. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. I'm putting Italian seasonings. If you want, you could put fresh. I just choose not to do that today because I'm in kind of a hurry. I'm going with a friend and we're going to do computer stuff today. You can, here's some Italian spices, which are thyme, oregano, and I guess that's it. And then you got to put some garlic powder on here. You want to use fresh garlic? Go ahead and do that. It's going to be taste even better. If you're all into fresh everything, if you want, you can put a little basil on there. Here's some oregano. More oregano. Oregano is good for pizza. Just not too much, not heavily. You don't need to salt it because the cheese already has lots of salt. And you can put some ground pepper in there. Okay, but this is what I love to do, and you don't have to do this, but try it. I'm not going to do it on the whole thing. I get, Land O'Lakes is the best, but this is ShopRite's. You get yellow American cheese. Oh, and she did it really well. She sliced it well. So it's not stackable. It's not going to crumble as soon as you try to take some yellow American. This is fresh from the deli a couple days ago. Well, I guess today would be very fresh, but... And then you just lay it on your pizza. You don't have to do the whole thing. Just try one slice. And if you like it, then you try it again. But if you don't, then don't do it again. But I love it. I really do. It's so good. Might not be good for you, but it tastes really good. But make sure when you do it, you lay it out like this. You don't double it because it's going to get really cheesy. And sometimes it comes over the crust and bakes over the pan and drops in the bottom of your oven. So that's actually more cheese than I usually use. But I'm just in a very cheesy mode today. Okay. And then this is where I would put my grated cheese. But I don't believe I have any. No. Sometimes my budget just doesn't call for a grated cheese. So, if you don't have that, then I would urge you to buy the blocks of cheese better. At Walmart, they're very expensive. They're $3.22, $3.30 for just one pound, which is about 16 ounces, I believe, 12 or 16 ounces. But go to ShopRite because sometimes they have it on sale, or Price Chopper, or Hannaford. I have no idea. I really don't shop at Hannaford, but wherever you go, just try to get the best. But the block cheese, I'm telling you, is so much better than the shredded, because the already shredded cheese just loses its flavor in the packaging. But you use the block cheese and you grate it and everything else, and it is so much yummier. And use a good amount of cheese, but don't go overboard either, because then it's also can run over the crust and run, on the bottom of your... And do this for like a family night, have some pizza and some games, or, a lot of people like to do pizza and football or sports. And this was about 3/4 of a block of a 16 ounce of cheese. Don't worry if it's not in every single spot. It'll when it melts, it'll cover it. Just get the major areas all over there. And if you want to, you can add sausage on top. You can add meat like hamburg, chopped meat. You can add pepperoni. I should have done that. I should have got pepperoni yesterday, but I didn't. So this is it. And let me see what the time is here. How am I doing? Only 13 minutes. And we made a whole pizza by then. So I'm just going to cut this short. And I'll come back when the pizza's done. Oh, preheat your oven depending on the altitude and where you are. And how fast your oven works. I forgot to. 1 second. Preheat your oven to about 425. And then put it down to about 400. Cook it for 400. Cook it for 15 to 20 minutes. I should, if you have the right temperature, it should cook no more than 20-25 minutes tops. If this is not like a long lasting. It's not like you're rotisserie a chicken. It's just cook hard and fast. So I'll be back with you in a little bit, and good time in the video. Hey, everything works out for God's glory today.